Hey friends, today we're taking a look at the Veritas Elastica II, a 432 thread overlock sewing machine. How do you thread it? What are the technical specs? What's included in the package? And what stitch types are available? Be sure to check out the link in the video description, and with my code LUCAS you get 10% off your entire order at Veritas. Let's start with the basics of this machine. The Veritas Elastica II is a portable 432 thread overlock machine. That means it can be operated with 2, 3 or 4 threads, depending on the stitch you need. And what makes an overlock machine special is that it sews, cuts and finishes your raw edges in one single pass. And the Elastica II is able to do that up to 1100 stitches per minute with electronical speed control. If you want to go slower, you can reduce the speed to as low as 75 stitches per minute. The machine has a sturdy housing, and with a net weight of 9 kilograms, it's not ultra light, but it's definitely manageable for transport. The dimensions are 28 by 28 by 32 centimeters, so it fits comfortably on a sewing table. The motor has 105 watts. So more than enough for thin, mid-weight and heavyweight fabrics, and denim and leather are no problem at all. So let's take a look what's included, because Veritas is really packing a set right here. The machine itself, of course, which comes pre-threaded in different colors so you can follow the thread paths. Since I'm already using the machine normally, we'll take a look at the proper threading later, as mentioned at the beginning of the video. Instruction manuals in multiple languages. They're also available online as PDFs, a 2-thread converter that lets you switch to 2-thread operation, ideal for lightweight fabrics or decorative stitches, a rolled hem guide, essential for fine, tight rolled hems on chiffon or similar fabrics, a set of sewing machine needles, a lint brush to keep the machine clean, 2 screwdrivers, one small and one large, a spare upper blade, a pair of tweezers, super handy for threading, bobbin net, a bobbin tray, bobbin holder, accessory pouch, a foot controller and a dust cover for the machine. And now the features that really make a difference when you're considering buying an overlock machine. First, color-coded thread guides. All 4 thread guides are color-coded. This makes threading much more intuitive, even for beginners who've never worked on an overlock machine before. Second, differential feed. This is one of the most important features of all. The differential feed controls how the fabric is guided through the machine. If you set it to stretch, it prevents wavy seams on jersey or knitted fabrics. If you set it to ruffling, you can intentionally create a wavy ruffled edge, great for decorative finishes. Third, stepless adjustment of stitch length and cutting width. Both can be customized. You have a real control over how the stitch sits on the fabric. Fourth, adjustable presser foot pressure. Important when switching between very thin and very thick fabrics. Fifth, adjustable thread tension. The upper thread tension can be precisely adjusted for clean, even stitches on different materials. Sixth, extra high needle position. You can layer multiple pieces of fabric on top of each other, even thick ones, without the machine getting stuck. Seventh, built-in collection bin. As the machine cuts, the fabric scraps go straight into this bin. No mess on the table, no scraps everywhere. Simple but really convenient in everyday use. And now let's move to the part that scares off most of the beginners: threading. But with the help of color coding, that's no problem at all, so let's take a look step by step. First, let's open the front panel of our machine. Next, I recommend having the spools of thread ready so that the threads hang through the metal eyelets from the back to the front. Let's also take a quick look at the color-coded thread guide. In the next step, we'll position the machine's mechanism exactly in this starting position. The lower looper is always a great reference point. The machine is now threaded from right to left, so we will start with the right-hand spool of thread for the lower looper. So we will start on the right with our blue threading line, and we will take our thread under tension and pull it through the first opening, and then by pulling it down we will follow our blue path. Always don't hesitate to take some help. When the thread is under tension, this always helps, and always make sure to pull as much thread as you need, and simply follow all the metal holes and we are following the metal holes until we reach the lower looper. And there we got the last metal hole. And after we inserted the thread there, we simply need to pull the thread out a little bit more. And in the next step, we now need to readjust a bit with the hand wheel the mechanism, so we got the hole of the lower looper a little bit more free, and then we will thread the thread through it. And after that, we simply need to pull this a bit more out. The longer, the better. And then I would always recommend pulling it to the back and then to the side under the presser foot, and make sure the thread gets along the lower looper. So next we will follow the orange line for the upper looper. And when you insert the thread at the beginning, you often hear a click, and then you know it's right. So now, always with the thread a bit under tension, we follow the metal holes and put the thread through it. And the orange line is already way shorter, because here we simply just need to thread the thread from the bottom to the top through this metal hole vertically, and it has to lay in front of this bigger metal piece with the orange dot on it. And when we made sure this is the case, we now simply need to thread the thread through the upper looper and pull it long enough to the back and then to the side under the presser foot. So in the next step, we can already close the front panel of our machine, and then we can continue with the green threading line. Same procedure as always at the start. Pull it to the bottom, and now we want to thread our right needle first. So we go under this first metal element and then under the first metal hook, and then right upwards, so the thread lays on top of the left metal hook. And then we need to go on the right side down to the needle and thread the thread from front to back. Then we pull it to the back again and then under the presser foot. And now for the last step, we need to thread the red line. This is the same procedure as before for the right needle. And then once again, simply thread the thread from the front to the back through the needle hole. And by that, we finished threading our overlock, and we are ready to sew with the classic overlock finish stitch. And now let's take a look at a few more stitch types. So who is the Elastica II for? I would say it's a really great overlock machine for beginners and intermediates that want to achieve a professional look without having to invest a lot of money in a high-end industrial overlock machine. If you've been finishing your edges with a zigzag stitch and your regular sewing machine, this machine is the perfect start to take your sewing projects up to a new level. And that wraps up the review for the Elastica II. If you've got any more questions, please let me know in the comments. As mentioned in the beginning, you will find the link to the machine in the video description, and if you want to see this machine in action, check out my other tutorials. Feel free to subscribe to the channel, and if you liked the video, I'm very happy about every thumbs up. And with that being said, see you in the next video. Until then, have fun sewing!